Hi, and welcome to a new series of videos discussing all different aspects of mental and physical health. My name's Dr Mike Lloyd. So I'm a consultant clinical psychologist and I've got over 20 years experience working in mental health settings, but also a lifetime's experience of just sort of living around mental health and physical health and various different things of that nature. So the series is really going to be me thinking about and discussing issues that I think are important or that might have some sort of personal connection to my life. And this gives a sort of a dual approach to things. So there'll be some aspects about theory and there'll be some stuff about education, but there'll be some opinions and thoughts and just sort of general nature topics to be discussed and thought about as I go along. And it might be that people watching this can contribute some of their own ideas and topics, and we can certainly pick some of those up as we go along. And you may have noticed that the introduction is slightly different, which is a Cheshire Psychology introduction, and that's the company that I set up about 15 years ago now, and has been running in the background of my life and has now become pretty much my full-time endeavour. And it's also connected to something called the CTAD clinic, which you'll notice lots and lots of other videos on the site related to something called complex trauma and dissociation, which anybody jumping on this channel looking at this video is more than welcome to pick up. And you'll see a lot of different things on this channel. Some of the videos are related to cats and ducks. So these are really important parts of our clinic setting, and many of the patients that come to the clinic sort of enjoy looking at the ducks, and we can go out, we can have walks and we can engage with the ducks, and also sort of just checking out and seeing where the cats are, because there are a number of cats living in the clinic setup. So this is really why I thought the first video would be about the importance of pets. Now, it's really well known that pets have a sort of a really positive contribution to people's mental and physical health. There's been lots and lots of research done about this, and there are numerous sort of topics and organisations that actually provide pets as therapy. And these are really great organisations, and what they do is they encourage people to have trained pets that are taken into various different places like care homes or hospitals or residential settings, and encourage people to contact and to communicate with and enjoy the time spent with pets. And it's really, really fascinating stuff, because so many people really brighten up at the prospect of a pet coming in. I don't know if any of you have ever spent time working in an office where someone might have just turned up on the day and brought their dog in, and there's like a flood of activity towards the dog. People really do engage with pets on all sorts of different levels, whether they're just kept for pets or whether they're working animals or whether they're support or assist animals for people with specific mental health conditions, for example, or whatever it might be. Is that fundamentally we've had animals in our lives since the dawn of time, and they've provided an enormous amount of use for us. So I think I'll just break down some of the reasons why they are so useful outside of just the sheer knowledge that we know. So anecdotally, we know they're useful, but on a broader scale, pets being in our lives are absolutely fantastic. And it doesn't really matter what sort of pet it is. So if we're thinking about the classic pets as therapy stuff, we tend to think about dogs and also horses. Equine therapy is now really, really popular. But actually, any pet in your life can make a difference, whether it's a cat, whether it's a gerbil, whether it's a fish, or even a spider or a snake, or rats for people. The contribution that animals have in our lives is absolutely profound and fundamental. And we have different levels of this. So we can have things like animal-assisted therapy, which are where the specific organisations bring animals to people with physical and mental health conditions with a specific intent, as it were, to increase the mental health of people and sort of contribute to recovery from physical health, or at least sort of alleviate some of the distress or discomfort caused by health conditions. But we also have just pets in the home, and this is the more broader, more sort of classic view of things. So pets really do have this contribution, and they can help with actual physical health conditions. So they can reduce, for example, blood pressure. They can reduce stress, they can reduce the effects of anxiety, and they can reduce the effects of depression. And these are big, big symptoms or big experiences that many, many people experience, not necessarily on a level of diagnosable mental or physical health conditions, but just everyday life. So whether it's just the act of stroking a pet or a cat or a dog, or just grooming them, like with a horse or with a dog, the motor skills, the coordination, the flow has been known to have a regulatory effect on things like blood pressure and our anxiety systems. They can also promote self-esteem, and they can promote independence, so that it encourage people to get out and about. They can bring about people having exercise where they may be more inclined to stay at home. So having a dog really does necessitate going out, taking that dog for walks. So that can give exercise, which can have improved effects on depression just in of itself, but it can also have a social value, so that people that are going out on dog walks, especially if you're having sort of regular walks, you are going to meet other people who are going to inquire about the dog. You're going to meet other dog owners, and often talks and conversations and friendships can take place simply through the facilitation of the dog being present. The same approach can have in terms of online forums or groups or organizations and social groups that people can join with specific breeds of pets, for example. So we used to have Maine Coon cats, and we're part of like a little Maine Coon cat society, and it was really nice just sharing photos and updates and getting advice about the cat's health, and you really felt as if we were sort of part of something being in that organization. So having pets can bring about sort of increases in interactions and increasing willingness to engage and join in with other groups and others. And there's a sense of real purpose in looking after the pet that you've got. So again, it doesn't really matter what kind of pet it is, but there's always stuff that has to be done for the pet because they are quite dependent on us. We have to feed them, we have to clean them, we have to provide water, we have to provide exercise. Play, for example, is a massive part of many pets sort of like happy lives. So we've got to give the pets a happy life, and they can really communicate back to us when we've done something well. So dogs' tails can wag and cats can purr, and they're communicating to us all the time about how we can actually help them and give them the happy life that they deserve. So we have this kind of joint program with cats, is that we look after them, they give us a load of stuff back, and we gain by their presence. Another thing that pets can provide is sort of like an antidote to loneliness. A lot of people actually prefer the company of their pet to other people. But even so, we are social creatures no matter what, and we need to engage with other living social creatures in order to have a sort of a fundamentally good and purposeful and prosperous life. But actually animals can give us some things that a lot of people can't. They're very unconditional, and unconditional means that they will do anything and everything for us, and they don't really require a great deal in return. So it means that we don't have to have like big duties and obligations and pressures and things. We just look after the pets and they look after us. And that's a really wonderful relationship that many people have. And it can be the most important relationship in many people's lives. Certainly for parents or for children, having a pet can really increase or provide opportunities for responsibility. So, the classic thing is giving a puppy to a kid and saying, right, that's your puppy, look after this puppy. And the kid and the dog grow up together and they form bonds and they form relationships. These can be quite painful when the animal actually passes away and dies. And I'll do another video about the effects of grief and loss and how profound this can be when this actually does happen, because it is likely to happen simply on the basis of the lifespan of the animals that we have living with us. But the sense of responsibility and purpose to look after another animal, to do a great job, is an absolutely wonderful experience. It can improve confidence and it can improve a sort of a happy and purposeful outlook on life. And for many people, the dog can be that companion that actually gives them a reason to live. And in some people that feel extremely depressed, having a dog or a cat by their side might be the one thing that they've got which actually really makes the difference for them. And it can never be sort of overestimated quite how important a pet can be in the lives of many people. So obviously we have to look after our pets, and if the better job we do looking after our pets, the better job they do looking after us. So I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it's really lovely when people share stories about their pets and talk about it, and they bring out the phone, which is, there's many occasions there where people say, they've taken like 500 photos in the last month and 499 of them have got their cat in. And I'm all over that. I think that's absolutely fantastic, and my phone is full of photos of our cats and our ducks, and hopefully we're soon to be getting a dog, and I'm sure that the dog photos will start appearing in a big way on my phone. So I really hope that if you have a pet, is to look at them and really gain an understanding of exactly how important they can be to us, how much offer and how much wonder that they can provide for us, an opportunity in life just to engage and just be happy people. And they are our companions for life as far as the animal is concerned, whether we have them for a week, a month or 10 years. They are with us and we look after them, and they have a fantastic effect on our lives in all sorts of ways. Some of those ways are really obvious, like in the mental and the physical health ways, and some of them a little bit more background in just that they just give us that routine, they establish responsibility, and they give us a lot of fun and laughter and enjoyment along the way. So thanks very much for watching this video. I'm going to be discussing many different issues as we go along. All the other stuff on the CTAD Clinic channel is going to remain. I'm going to continue posting on those, but I would really love to think about and consider topics that you may have for me to discuss in future videos. So again, thanks ever so much for watching. Please do remember to like and subscribe for the channel, click the notifications for more videos, and I'll keep dropping more content as we go along. So in between now and the next video, please do take great care.